Hello, welcome back, and let's continue our discussion about pullbacks. So I made a recent video about pullback trading and there were a lot of interest. So let me actually give you 5 pullback strategies that you can apply right away. And the first one is what I call a breakout pullback. What does this mean? Let me change the color. So you can see here the market was in an uptrend, obviously on the left hand side. Then you have a consolidation pattern. And after the consolidation pattern, what you do is you just wait for a breakout out of the consolidation pattern. Consolidation patterns could be head and shoulders, for example. It could be a wedge, a triangle, a rectangle. In this case we have more or less a triple top. So any of those consolidation patterns will do, and then you wait for the breakout. And in this case you have a very well defined breakout area. You can see that here, good support area. And then the pullback obviously is happening here. The market moves away a little bit from the breakout area. This is the breakout area, don't forget that. And then it pulls back, as the name suggests, into the area where the breakout happened. And then the price moves to the downside and continues the way or the trend direction. This is a very, very common behavior. It really pays attention, or it really pays off to pay attention to that. And there are generally 2 types how you could trade a pullback. Obviously there are many more ways, but let's just stick to the most commonly ones. The first one, I call this more of an aggressive pullback. It's where you wait for the price to get to the area and then you initiate your trade right at this area. This is a very aggressive entry. The pros for that is that you could often get in at the best price. If you want to short here, for example, you can get in on a higher price. The risk-reward ratio will often be much, much larger because you are able to get in with a very tight stop loss. But on the other hand, you will often run into failed pullbacks. It's a very high likelihood that the market can continue the way up here, and that is where you get punished then. However, the drawback, or it's always a pro and cons, low win rate, high reward to risk ratio. It really depends on what you want to do. The other one, a little bit more conservative, is where you draw your other level here. You see that after the breakout here, the market makes a first trend wave, and then you wait until the market makes a lower low. In this case, the market needs to break this low here. They happened here on the breakout, and then this would be your second entry opportunity. So here, this is obviously then, or here in this case, you wait until the market makes a lower low. It's a little bit later, you have more confluence, you have more information that the trend is really continuing, but you are entering later obviously, and your reward to risk ratio will naturally be a little bit smaller. So that's the pro and the con as well. And there's no right and wrong. It really depends on what you want to do as a trader and how you want to trade yourself. By the way, this is also, or we teach pullbacks as well in our trading courses, and we have very big special. We are giving away 1 free trading course per user, per trader. It's broker sponsored, so make sure to check the link in the description below. You can just find all the information. We have a lot of premium courses, and the great thing is that you can pick one of those courses, you get it for free. Just check the link in the description. And let's continue with the next pullback strategy. So this is, well, you can call it whatever you want. I call this horizontal steps because it really nicely describes how the price moves and how the natural price rhythm is. So you can see the market was in a downtrend. Then here at the bottom we have some type of reversal pattern. Looks like an inverse head and shoulders. And if you are not able to get in at the turning point, you can use pullback trading to get in at a later stage. So what you can do is that you look for swing highs. You have a very nice double top. You wait for the market to break it, which it did here. And then you look for the pullback back into the level. You can see the market makes a trend wave, pulls back, and then continues. And you can see this is what happens time and time again. You will see this behavior across all financial markets, across all the time frames. It describes the natural flow of price. The price never just moves in one straight line, but it's always a back and forth, and this is really nicely how you can use pullback trading to capitalize on this natural behavior of the market. So pullbacks are usually traded then either here, whoops, that was a little bit big. They're usually traded back at the area where the previous breakout happened. So here you have a double top, the market breaks out, comes back, retests it, and then again breaks out, comes back here, breaks out, comes back here, and so on and so forth. And you will be able to see that across many markets. So that's the second strategy. Then another strategy, the third one, is a trendline pullback. Trendline pullbacks are a little bit different because a trendline you can only draw after you have at least 2 touch points, and then the third one confirms the trend line. So whatever you want to do is, what you want to do is, you look for a trend line in this market. We can eyeball it. It looks like we have a very decent trend line here. So you try to see, okay, how can we connect the highs? This is the first here, and then the second here. So now on the third touch point, then we can try to look for pullbacks, which happened right here. Here we came a little bit short, but that's okay. Not always will you hit the trend line right on. Sometimes you will come a little bit short. Sometimes the price will overshoot it, but that's generally how trend lines work. And you can see there are still a few opportunities. And not always will you be able to really find a trend line, but that is why we have so many tools in our repertoire. We're not only relying on trend line pullbacks, you can use horizontal pullbacks, breakout pullbacks, and now we get to 2 more actually. The first one is a moving average based pullback strategy. So in this example, I applied a 50 period exponential moving average. It doesn't really matter. You can use long-term or short-term moving averages. It really depends on what type of trading strategy you want to have. And the principle is that you wait for the market to break a moving average, which happened here, to show you that the market is moving into a new direction. And then you wait for the market to move back into the moving average, which it did here and here. Sometimes the market will overshoot a moving average as well. This can happen often. It will often happen. But that is why if you engage or if you use this moving average pullback strategy, you're never going to place your stop loss when you enter it right at the moving average. You always want to give it some room. So give the trade some room to breathe. Price is a very dynamic thing, and you don't need to suffocate, and you don't want to suffocate your trades by giving them a very small stop loss. Very important. Other famous and popular moving averages are the 20 period, the 50, like in this case, the 100 as well, and those are usually good to stick with. Why? Because moving averages work because of the concept of the self-fulfilling prophecy. So the more people use a certain moving average, the more likely it is that it will work. And generally speaking, traders like to use the big round numbers, so make sure to stick to them. So, and the last and the fifth pullback strategy is a Fibonacci strategy. I really like the power of Fibonacci's, and what you're going to do is, you always, for a Fibonacci sequence, you look for an A to B move, and then you wait for the pullback obviously to hold on or to form, and that is how you draw your Fibonacci from A to B, and then we are trying to find a C move. So in this case, we have our very nice sequence here. The market was in a downtrend, and then the downtrend stopped. You have your first trend wave from here to here. That is the A to B move. Let me zoom in a little bit. So A to B, and then the C in this case very precisely respected the 50% Fibonacci retracement to the pip, very precise, and then you can see afterwards the market made its sequence, or it completed the sequence first to the 161 and then 261 in this case. And yeah, you can use the Fibonacci's to find those. It's very common to see a pullback end at one of those 3, 61, 50 or 38. Those are usually the good pullback levels to stick with and analyze where you can use it. Also, you can obviously combine different methods. So for example, you could use a Fibonacci together with a moving average pullback or a horizontal as well. Like in this case, you can see if we look for here, for example, we have a nice swing high. The market comes back to it and retests it. A very good pullback as well, and you have a lot of confluence. And that's how you use pullback strategies. Again, make sure to really check the link in the description below. This is a one-time, very unique offer and a very special deal. You won't find it on any other trading site. We are giving away our premium trading courses, which usually cost between 350 and up to 500 US dollar, but now they are for free, and all the information are in the link below. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And also let me know what you want to hear about in the next video. I'm always looking for new topic ideas. Happy trading!